every time you and UTRGV get together, you have a statistical edge, and it ends up being very close, on the scoreboard at least. What did you see what did you think overall of the way your team played?
Yeah, I'm still trying to calm down, I think. Yeah, I mean, we were 3 to the good at halftime in total control. Started majority of guys who didn't start. The guys who came in at the end of the first half started those guys in the second half. Kind of lost control. We were a little naive in how we played and took on too many risks, and they pressed us and we played into it. And then, then I made the move to bring 5 or 6 starters back. Yeah, and we were in control then, and then it got away from us at the end. So, yeah, there were some individual mistakes and some collective mistakes, and probably some of that's, well, for sure, some of that's on me and how the patterns of substitutions worked. So, yeah, it wasn't a great ending. It doesn't feel, the game that should feel like a 3-0 win and should have ended as a 3-0 win feels like a 3-2, you squeak it out, and it's not really what happened. So a little bit of a sour taste, but at the end of the day, like the end of the year, and score line doesn't matter. That's a win, and it counts as a 1 in the RPI, so yeah.
To the positive, something that Steve and I were talking about, just remarking about, is Bailey's involved in, it feels like almost every score this year in some way, and he was involved in all 3 today.
Yeah.
Talk about that from both sides, just how special he is, and then also, how valuable is he to this team?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was fantastic last game, and very good again tonight. Yeah, like the way they defended us kind of allowed him to step a line higher and kind of be a free man in the midfield, which allows him to do what he's really best at, and that's like turning and running forward with the ball. Once he starts running and dribbling forward with the ball, he's pretty tough to deal with. So, yeah, he had 3 assists, or I guess now we've categorized the free kick as a goal. So, yeah, a goal and 2 assists is a pretty good night for the man. So, yeah, he's been immense all year. So he's a key player within this team and a very important, engine in the midfield for us.
You described the way they defended, allowing him that space to step up the line forward. Given the fact that he's one of the first, if not the first guy that so many opposing teams look at, are you surprised they left him that much space?
I mean, I think tactically they were trying to screen both of the 6s with they kind of played like, it was like 4-2-4 in how they defended, and the 2 strikers were trying to screen the 2 6s and then, kind of mark them out of the game and let the center back have the ball in the build. And Brock did really well and made good decisions when he was on the ball. So, yeah, it was a bit, just getting him out of that space, and they were trying to mark Danny and Neve with their 2 6s, so putting him a little bit higher and kind of in that pocket between their 4 midfielders kind of opened some space. So, no, it wasn't like he sees it. Like, he's a pretty intelligent kid, and everybody from the bench looked and goes like, just bump him a line higher and play with 3 10s. So that's what we kind of did, and he found space, but he's just pretty cerebral and just sees things and can make things happen.
Scary sight in the first half when Martin got hit. It certainly didn't look like the guy was trying to hurt him in any way, but there was a collision. He takes some kind of a shot to the head. First of all, do you have any kind of update on him? He obviously stayed in the game, and how close were you to pulling him from the game?
Update, I think he's getting some stitches, so he's fine. How close was I to pulling him? Not very close. Unless he said he couldn't play or the trainer said they couldn't go. He's been really good over the last, whatever it's been, 5 games or so. So, no, I mean, if he's wrap a Band-Aid around his head and go with it. So as long as he can see and he can move and he's not concussed, then we're okay.
Moving into, back into conference play now, what does the preparation look like for a week where you've got to, go to the East Coast? You got a little bit of time, but and try to get some training in between.
Yeah, mandatory off day tomorrow. Tuesday will be a re-entry day, so a lot of these guys, the minutes were a little more balanced than normal tonight, but yeah, Tuesday will be a kind of a split session for guys who play big minutes or guys who need some work. Wednesday full session, match day -2. Thursday is a travel day. We play Friday. Yeah, so Thursday match day -1. We'll train here and then off to Raleigh, and yeah, and we'll be at Duke for a Friday evening kick. So yeah, it's not a full week of training, but we do get a recovery day tomorrow, and then we get a full session Tuesday, Wednesday, which is nice. And then Thursday I take a travel day. So gives us a little time to lick our wounds here at the end of that game, and then hopefully learn a little bit about Duke and prepare. And it's obviously a massive one come this weekend.
Sonagonian scored what proved to be the game winner off a quick restart by Bailey. Was that something you all have been working on, or was that just Bailey being creative, seeing a gap and doing that all on his own?
That is not what we've worked on. No, like as I said, he's a smart kid and he sees things, and yeah, like it was far enough away that we weren't gonna shoot it. So like if it's outside of shooting range and that's on, then go ahead. If it's something we're gonna shoot, then like maybe we need to be a little more, I don't know, take a little bit more time and set it up. But yeah, I mean, I thought the ref was gonna call it back actually because he took it so quick and the ref was kind of still in the play. So. Yeah, I mean, smart run by Stepp, and Bailey obviously played a really good final ball. So, yeah, it was an important goal at the end of the half, and obviously, seeing what transpires in the last 10 minutes, it was a massive goal. So, yeah, Stepp took it well, and Bailey obviously saw something, went ahead and played it.
Obviously, they closed the gap in the final minutes to make it closer than it felt for much of the night. And certainly Martine and some of the guys on the field looked disappointed with those goals that were given up. But overall, what did you think of the play that you got from some of the guys who, as you just said, got more minutes than they often do?
Yeah, like, you hope when some of those guys took advantage of those minutes, but you hope in your coaching mind that 3-0 up and you're giving 5 or 6 guys who don't normally, maybe they see 15 to 40 minutes a game. You said, all right, here you go. Here's 25 more, 3-0 up, start the second half. You hope that, like, they grab that and you're like, oh, man, we got something here. This kid needs more. There wasn't that moment that we watched that and went like, oh, that was big time from the guy who doesn't normally get a chance. Now, some of them played, they were fine. Like, it wasn't like a complete, we didn't lay a total egg to start the second half, but we weren't clinical and we weren't sharp. So we wanted a bit more from that group to start, and then, yeah, so, but that was the plan. We were going to play them about half the second half and then come back in with the guys who had started the game. So that happened, and then, yeah, I really wish we could finish the game different. But that is football sometimes, and the game asks crazy questions of you, and, yeah, you get tested in many ways. So we will hopefully learn and continue to mature and be better for having gone through what we went through at the end of the game.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it, guys.